The whales. I hear them at night. That's exactly how they sound.
Because there's so many whales in Denver.
Little known fact for you right there.
Yeah. They float above the sky
Mountain
at
whales.
night.
They're migrating. That's everybody thinks they're coming to beach and dying. They're actually they're trying to grow legs. They're forcing evolution so they can grow legs.
Why not? Sure, I'll go with that.
Move to the mountains.
The mountain whales.
Their ancestral home. There he is. See,
Yes,
I told
he's
you
here
if we
now.
waited long enough for Scrawny'd show up.
I'm here.
All right, then we'll start. It's June 8th, 2014, and you're watching Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard.
Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty. I can hear you groaning inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 429 of Mods on Air, bringing you the week in gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. I am Foilman, and also on the show today we have with us Welshie. Hello, Welshie.
Hello.
Hey, he said words instead of just noises. He's got that look on his face like that's all he could have
That's
managed to
evolution.
rumble up. Also, we have today with us Strider. Hello, Strider.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. He's very busy today. Ham is with us. Hello, Ham.
Hey, everybody.
And he thinks whales live next door. Well, that could actually be possible, I guess. And Breezy. Hello, Breezy. Welcome.
Hello.
Hey.
Who's sure whales live next door?
Hey, just a bit fat. That's just harsh.
So, although we've already begun, know that there may be some offensive things being said here. So if you're easily offended, stick around and just wait. You also wait to see what happens next, because there will be more. No, we can. Sometimes we do have adult themes, adult content, so we don't want to offend you if that's a problem. You can
Like that.
leave.
Like that Sonic rap. That
Yeah.
was offensive to everybody.
But if you
Offensive to my ears.
But if you're a masochist and enjoy that type of thing, we have lots of other episodes for you to check out over at the modsonair.com website. It goes back numbers of years. We'll just offend you all the time, right? All right, no. Yeah, but we have a lot to talk about. It seems like a lot. There's a lot of topics in here compared to usual. But I did want to start off with talking about E3, since E3 is coming up.
Tomorrow?
Well, I'm flying over there tomorrow. I think it actually starts on Tuesday.
Are the presentations from the big three going to happen tomorrow, though?
Well, I guess the big question is, will there be anything in regards to Nintendo? Because Nintendo said I'm going to be there, then they pull, then they're there, then they pull. So who knows? Who knows if they'll actually have a conference talking to people? Supposedly they will. But doesn't matter. Isn't this everything that you're going to find out about on YouTube or whatever? Because it's all going to be right there. Do you need to go to this media event? I guess we talked about that last week, and I don't know if it really matters. The fact is, you go or you don't go. Yeah, of course, that's the point of it. What I did want to talk about is, what should I be looking for at E3? Because last week, I think Welshie brought that up, or somebody did, and I had to scratch my head and say, I don't know what there is to look at. What am I going to go and see? So I made a little bit of a list there. I threw some stuff into the topics list to get it started, such as the ones that I might be looking forward to. Alien Isolation. This is alphabetical, not in order of importance, please. Assassin's Creed Unity. Batman Arkham Knight. Battlefield 5. Battlefield Hardline. Yes, 2 different Battlefields. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Well, it's going to be there. I should at least look at it before I throw eggs. Evolve.
Bring your eggs.
I'll bring eggs.
Be prepared with eggs.
Far Cry 4, Mad Max, who knows if that'll ever come out, Mirror's Edge 2, Tom Clancy's The Division, if you like that sort of thing, and Wolfenstein The New Order.
Why would that even be there?
Well, that's a lot of those titles. I'm
there.
wondering, why are they going to be there? They're released.
No, they're not.
The only one is
Wolfenstein's the only
Wolfenstein.
one that is.
Well, but I mean, it's. Sorry, I shouldn't have said released. They've been outed.
Yes.
You know, a lot of them are out of the closet already. We know what they're going to be.
because this is an opportunity for them to announce the pre-order.
Actually, some of them are already announced.
Yeah, but
sure.
if you look at the list, there's a lot of them on there that haven't really shown anything of gameplay. They've just said, yeah, we're making it.
I don't think any of them have,
Historically, you're not going to see any gameplay at E3 anyways.
Probably not.
It's all
Just
pre-rendered cutscenes.
You are
And
correct.
it says, "Oh, this is all in-game footage." Yeah, of the pre-rendered cutscenes that are in the game. Hype is one thing, but hype something that's coming, not something that we already know about.
Mm-hmm.
Especially at E3, that's where you should be saying, "This is what's coming out in 2 years."
It used to be
2
like
years
that.
from now, not something that's coming out this fall, and we're just trying to get that hype wagon a little more jazzed up.
Or 10 years in the case of Stalker. I remember that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
this
you got to give them credit.
Anyway.
Got to give them credit, Foil. They
This-
actually started that hype wagon early.
They did. Yes. I think I played it first in 2003 or 2001 in the basement of the E3, and eventually it worked its way up the floor.
And
And
got panned and scrapped and overhauled. Anyways, we won't bring stock.
Out of that list,
ever
how many
again.
of them are actual that you could call new IPs?
Zero.
Evolve.
oh yeah,
And that's it, I think. And I suppose technically the Tom Clancy's The Division is
Yeah, but we haven't
technically
seen enough of that to know what that's about anyway.
No.
It
It's
could
still a
just
new
be-
IP.
well, all right, I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom
You got
Clancy's
Tom
games are not.
Clancy's name at the beginning of it. It's
Yeah,
played
so-
exactly the same as every other Tom Clancy game.
Yeah.
Because he won't allow his name on anything that's not that.
But isn't this one
Pretty
open
sure
world?
he's dead. I'm pretty sure he's dead, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think part of the agreement with using his name on it is they've got to be the same.
It's got to have some semblance of military
Tom Clancyism.
something.
No, it's
Yeah.
the one where it's going to be that third person in New York RPG MMO style.
After the
The only
apocalypse
one
type
that
thing.
I've actually on that list I'm actually interested in.
Yeah. It's going to be co-op. It's going to be like playing kind of like Borderlands, but in a actual realistic New York.
Realistic. It's funny.
Yeah. Oh no. To be fair, the engine does look pretty good.
Okay.
Grand Theft Tom Clancy.
Indeed, because this is the one where you can like find like special buildings that have good loot in and like take over them. Am I right in saying that? I'm sure
Yeah,
they
I
showed
think so.
some of the things.
I thought Borderlands, but with not cell shaded and third person shooter and plays like kind of like Splinter Cell or Ghost Recon would actually be more accurate. And we don't even talk about that Homefront game. I can't. I can't afford the massive anger stroke that I'll have.
I've yet to play that. I bought that at least a year ago.
Just don't do it.
Don't waste the bandwidth.
That for me, that was my stalker. That was my. I'm really excited about this game, and it's going to be awesome. And it was horrible. It was the worst thing.
Back-
What about
back
Metro Redo?
Honestly, that was fine.
No, Redo. They're redoing it.
Yeah, they're doing
That,
them
yeah,
again.
but even that makes me less angry. Because at least with that, you kind of know what you're getting.
Especially with the title, it's like Metro all over again.
Well, I wonder if there's going to be anything from EA regarding the Star Wars game.
The two Star Wars games, no?
Well, I'm more
No,
interested
that's
in the one
3.
that's going to be the Battlefield
Well,
type.
which is
of Star
Battlefront?
Wars. I don't know what they're going to call it. I think
But it's 3
just
listed
have-
on the list.
That would take attention away from the new Battlefield games, though.
That is true.
And the next Star Wars film isn't coming out until what, next year or 2 years?
Yeah, but that means they've got to be working on the game right now. No, the new Star Wars film is supposed to be out next year.
Next year, so they might save it until next year to
They are filming.
gel with the hype.
There's Tales from Borderlands, which I don't really want to see.
Ah, right.
Uncharted.
There's another one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're supposedly going to announce another one.
I don't expect to see anything other than pre-rendered on that.
Yeah.
That's like Sony, and it's only PS4.
Maybe a 10-second clip.
I don't really care about Assassin's Creed anymore.
No.
Really, you of all people don't.
Yeah,
care about that.
I have 4, the pirate one, and I just physically can't finish it. It's just so boring. I can't get through it. I've played like about halfway through, and after about 2 hours of driving around in that fucking ship, I'm bored.
Yo
It's just
ho
like-
ho and a bottle of rum.
yeah, which for like an hour or two is hilarious, and the novelty of it is a lot of fun, and then you realize that you have to go everywhere like that. And it takes forever, and it's just like you can fast travel, but it's kind of not the point. It's just, and you can't fast travel to places you haven't been, so it's just like I gotta go to the other side of the map, and like 30 minutes later, you're still driving this boat around.
Well, that sounds awful.
It wasn't great.
Well, they're expecting about 230 exhibitors and 48,000 people. That was last year. Each year goes up a little, well, except for that disgusting year. It was 2006 that they had 60,000 people there and 400 exhibitors. And then the next year, 10,000 people went and 33 exhibitors.
Only 33.
Yeah. That was the year that they
Yeah, they wanted
stuck
to get
something where it didn't belong.
Yeah. Let's make this a private event or something weird. Let's get rid of all the spectacle, which it sounds like a noble idea, but I mean, it's just a hype festival.
That means it's only half of what it used to be.
Yeah.
Wargaming's got a big booth there, so they're going to have World of Tanks out the ass.
Yes, they will. Maybe I'll get a cookie.
Haven't they moved on from World of Tanks
like
now?
a
Aren't they
tank.
on World of Warplanes?
They're on all of them. What's coming next? Actually, you know what? I've heard rumors, and so hearing rumors, I'm guessing that may be something that they're going to do, or this may be something that they're going to be showing, but probably not. Unfortunately, wargaming is very Eastern centric. Unfortunately for us, they're very Eastern centric. So everything goes to the Russian and European markets first, kind of the reverse of how everybody else does it. So we've been spoiled. But wargaming is talking about World of Boats.
World of Warboats.
World of Warboats. So you're going to have U-boats. You'll have.
It's only interesting when they put all 3 together on one map.
See, and that's what I don't understand, why they don't integrate World of Tanks and World of Planes.
You need to go over to that game, War Thunder. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, but
Which I think is a
I
better
don't
game.
understand
after playing
why Wargaming hasn't done that. But whatever. But yeah, they're talking about World of Boats. So you'll have giant open seas with no place to hide except underwater. So you'll be sitting there and get sniped by U-boats constantly. Fun stuff.
That's why you need the planes to shoot the, or to drop sonar or whatever.
So, will you have subs?
Yeah, bound to have subs.
I'd appreciate some subs.
Sandwiches? Or
That sounds pretty good.
Why not both?
get a little bit hungry now.
You just said, well,
Anyways.
I'm on myself.
Let's move on.
Move on to some actual games that are in the news this week. We have Techland is gonna have a game called Dying Light. And we have a
Dead
video.
Island with parkour. What? Did I say that out loud? Sorry.
I saw a trailer for that the other day, and the night portions looked actually really fantastic. Everything else looked like Dead Island. I mean, to a T.
So
Dead Island
essentially
plus
it's
Mirror's Edge.
plus Mirror's Edge, or
Yeah.
plus Assassin's Creed.
I'd say Mirror's Edge for Assassin's Creed.
Crowbar.
Not a murderer. Of course
I'm not a
you're
murderer. There's just blood all over this crowbar. I don't know how it got there.
It was like that when I
Could be
found
my
it.
own blood. Whoops. Don't look at that next topic yet.
Great.
Spoiler alert.
Going out
I-
tonight is fucking suicide. You
I hope they at least try to integrate this into Dead Island in some way. Don't say this is a different universe.
The worst part is going to be is if the zombies are all parkour as well. You're fucked.
There will be parkour zombies, I'm sure.
Just more zombie games.
I thought we were moving out of zombies, but
That's what I thought.
apparently we're locked into it.
Some of them have longer development.
We're almost out of zombies. Almost out of that trench. Although Crytek announced the zombie game.
Yay.
Don't be skipping around.
I didn't know. Is it on the topics list?
Do you
Yes.
not read ahead?
It is on the
You
topics
did-
list.
Did you not study?
No one reads that.
I don't have my glasses on. I can't see
We got
anything.
people posting links to future topics and talking about future topics. It's all over the place.
Yeah, this show is screwed.
It is.
Man, Jesus.
What I like
Yeah,
about the fact we've had so
spectacle.
many zombie games and none of them have been the zombie game that I actually
Here.
want.
You already know what's the
How?
Homefront thing's
How
coming,
is it
so we'll talk
possible?
about the Hunt, since you wanted to talk about Crytek's new one, right? Hey, Skype is
It's
doing it.
segue.
It's sort of a segue. Yeah, I do have a video here somewhere. Now I got to figure out where we are on the list. All right, Horrors of the Gilded Age.
What surprises me about that comment, Ham, is the fact that you're usually the one that reads up on all these topics and like actually studies for the show.
Well, I've been
You're a go-to
busy
guy.
lately. And
Yeah, you are our go-to guy, and then you went and you've deflated, popped your own bubble.
What have I done?
What? My God, what have I done? Oh, Skype.
Yeah, so it does seem a lot like zombies, because it is.
These are magical zombies.
Oh, they're the undead. We won't call them zombies. We'll call them the undead. It's evil.
Crazy, huh?
There's a difference.
Hunt.
Really.
That's what we do.
And why does everything look like it was rendered in widescreen and then pushed into 3x4 resolution?
Because it was.
That's the new in thing.
That's a new in thing. All right.
Oh, but this is different though, because this is set in olden times.
1800s? Yeah.
So it's just
Oh,
different.
killing
enough.
zombies with a muzzle loader. Awesome.
Yeah.
Don't even get a 50 cal. I'm out.
You can have a 50 cal muzzle loader. I've got one, so I know you can.
So there'll be zombies and different monsters and things like that.
50 cal crossbow.
There you go.
We're getting very close to the end of the zombie movement.
I don't know. It could just be restarting.
Yeah,
True.
we'll never get out of it.
Plus, Left 4 Dead 3 is going to come out and it's in development.
Yeah,
so-
Yeah, but those aren't zombies. They're just
they were
infected.
infected.
Ah, right. How could I mistake them? I'm
Now
sorry.
they're going to be zombies. They're going to be dead infected zombies reanimated. With a new twist, there's going to be dinosaur zombies.
Yes, that was cool.
Rawr.
See, I prefer
no.
open world zombie games, but still, there's not been one I really, really enjoyed.
Like DayZ.
Yeah, but the most fun I've ever had with DayZ was playing Epoch mod, which means you've got AI in there as well. Because the zombies just don't do anything.
Yeah, I played the mod. Was it World War Z or whatever it was? The
Oh, no, that was
wasn't that the
game.
standalone game? I know
Yeah.
the one you're on about. They had to change the name.
yeah, but what was the mod?
Daisy, wasn't it?
Is DayZ the mod or is that the
I
standalone?
thought it was.
It's the mod. The one you played was the standalone game, so I remember us talking about it.
That was the War Z or something.
That was
That
the
was
what?
Warzy.
There's two separate games there. There was the mod that was DayZ for Armor that was original, and then they're making that into a standalone DayZ game. And then the thing that we were talking about was I think was World War Z or the
It was the War Z, and they had to change it to Survivor Stories or something like that now.
because of the
whatever,
movie.
whatever it was. I didn't get killed by the zombies once in that game.
No, me neither.
I got killed by fucking other douchebags playing the game.
I took like 10 steps out of the place I spawned and got shot in the face from miles away.
Another one not worth the bandwidth.
No.
Indeed.
Anyways, That's past rants. Find that on previous shows.
Reference previous show number.
Yeah.
Now back on to Welshie's most anticipated game, Homefront: The Revolution.
Ugh.
This one's going to be
That link.
the open world
disgusted
first
with
person
it.
shooter.
It just no.
It sounds
what
like
was-
Crisis almost.
Do you remember what the biggest gripe was of the first one?
Yeah. The
It just
biggest
ended,
thing.
didn't it?
Well, that's not my biggest problem with it. My biggest problem with it is it felt like they worked really hard on the first hour and then just gave it to like Jim Bob, who happens to work cleaning desks at the back. Like it just didn't seem finished at all. Like it had all this detail in the first like hour, and then after that it was just shitty map design that was just wide open spaces with like next to nothing in it. It was horrible.
Like Oklahoma.
And then there was one
Exactly.
bit where they give you this big ass 50 caliber sniper rifle. It's huge. And he goes, and you fire it and it makes the loudest noise ever because, you know, it's a 50 cal sniper rifle. And they go, okay, take this guy out. And he's like 10 feet away and you have to stealth your way through a field while shooting them with this big, like, and then you fire it and nobody hears it. None of them do it. It's like, what?
It was horrendous. It was short as well, if I remember right.
Yeah, it was short, and like Strider said, it just ended. Like there was just no.
Oh, I got a feeling that was maybe in part due to money constraints, money and time constraints from THQ, which I don't think.
To be fair, I should have known because it had THQ attached to it.
That's right. Who is no more? Who's doing this now?
Oh, and actually, the other thing was I went out and bought
purchased the IP.
I went out and bought the boxed version and had to download the entire thing from Steam anyway. I forgot about
I got
that.
the box version.
Welcome to the future.
Yeah.
Welcome to the future.
So, as we know, Crytek has money is no object for them. So,
Yeah, it may be redemption.
yeah.
I hope it is because I was really interested in the first game. Like I got really into it. But I can see this already being like some sort of third person, kind of like what they did to Red Faction.
It's going to be first person. And the news is that we'll see the first gameplay at E3 for this. The description, though, sounds like it sounds just like Far Cry or Crisis, in that there's an open world and you do things and you accomplish certain missions and that sort of transforms parts of the world.
Does
And-
anyone else now
yeah.
kind of feel that open world games are just an excuse to not have a good story direction? Or not necessarily story direction, but a good player direction. Because it's an open world, so you can just kind of let them wander around as they want.
They're trying to say, oh, the game's not on rails. So they've gone to the extreme opposite,
Yeah.
where, yeah, it's not on rails, but at the same time, I know what you're saying. Well,
Like,
it's
well, what I would
like
actually-
there's no path to take.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to worry about driving the player forward and making sure, you know, doing what Valve is very good at. Actually, what I was going to say is, do you reckon it's more to do with lack of content? So making a big open world makes the game seem bigger
Like
than
it has something.
is?
Because you
Yeah.
spend half an hour walking from one place
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
other.
But that's
Which,
harder.
actually, now that I think about it, is what Assassin's Creed 4 is very much like.
I would think that's harder to do, even if
No,
it's
because
lacking
you have
content.
a lack of substance and spread it out so that they have to get from point A to point
I don't mean like lack of substance in terms of assets, like models and
story substance.
story and yeah, and kind of
Reason for doing this.
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Especially if they put lots of go here, collect this missions all over
Right.
the place.
which these things often become.
Like the reason I say it is because there's just suddenly we're seeing an increase in all these open world games.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of open world stuff, specifically because it ends up becoming Fetch Quest, or it ends up becoming a series of systems that all they interact, and that's great, and it's cool at first, but then it just boils down to a lot of go here, do this, kill that person, bring this back to me, and it feels like it doesn't really move anything forward until all of a sudden there's some sort of jarring ending.
I would assume that the reason to do open world nowadays is for the possibility of microtransactions. It's easy.
True. You know it's going to happen in here.
Pay to win. It's not as easy to pay to win on a linear game where you're not playing with everyone else.
True. That's a great point.
All right. Moving on to
Front made in China.
Irony.
There's a new Mortal Kombat coming.
Mortal Kombat!
Get over here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wasn't there a new movie coming out too?
Oh, I
I
hope.
think there is.
Actually,
Yeah.
I hope so. I was going to say I hope not, but I do hope so because it's horrible, and that makes it good.
Get over here. Finish him.
I actually bought the Mortal Kombat Complete Edition the other day for like £3 or whatever it was.
I did as well.
friend
and I
played
just
I absolutely hate fighting games. I can't.
Button mashers.
Yeah, I
That's-
just can't.
that-
I'm
exactly.
just not very good at them. I just don't enjoy it at all.
I'm not a big fan of them. There are a select few that I can get behind.
I'm always the guy who tries to do all the special moves, fails, and just gets my ass kicked.
Or you do a really cool move and you're like, how the fuck did I do that?
Spend the rest of the match trying to do it again.
The big question behind this trailer is whether this is representative of gameplay.
I know.
Or if it's just a pre-rendered target render of what they hope to accomplish.
Well, it doesn't look far off the one I was playing earlier. I mean, the graphics are a bit better, but you'd expect it does tend to flow a lot better now.
I mean, I hope it looks as great as this. I don't see why it couldn't.
Even if it did, would you buy it?
If it's cheap, I'd buy it.
I think I would. If it looked
No.
this great, I would.
See, where he just does that, where he like hits him and it goes to the inside view. The game I was playing earlier does that.
Oh,
Slows
right.
the game down and shows that
That's been
sort of
kept
thing.
in.
I was never a big fan of these. Maybe because I wasn't that great at it, or just I'm not a big fan of button masher. I don't know.
All the Mortal Kombat games that I've played at length always felt great to start with, and then they got boring not too far afterwards.
You get thumb cramps mashing those buttons.
Yeah, that didn't stop me from buying a Mortal Kombat game, though.
Over and over and over.
Well, the last one I bought was for the original Xbox, and then I just bought one during one of these Humble Bundle sales, and but I haven't played it. I just installed it this morning, so I haven't played it though. So I'll give it a go. I'm excited for this. I've always liked Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
The two characters that everyone likes. No one gives a shit about you.
Right.
I didn't realize there was any other characters in Mortal Kombat. Was it?
Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and those other guys.
All right, let's head along the lines of new stuff, maybe even indie, such as Kidnapped. Here is a game that's being put out over at IndieDB, and it's probably on Steam somewhere or another. All
Put
right.
it on Kickstarter and Steam Greenlight.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This video really doesn't show you anything.
It's getting to be so cliche.
Traverse through spooky manor, a spooky manor. That's not how you do it, but that's what you're going through. Evade your captor and survive. So it's Nancy Drew is being caught. Get her out.
It's a stealth runaway game.
So then,
It reminds me of Amnesia a little bit, the way it looks.
the sequel.
Nah, maybe not the way. I don't know. It looks like something.
I'm gonna inject a topic here. Just because speaking of indie games, and I have seen that Takedown is now on Steam Workshop. So you can make your own maps for Takedown. And
Are you about to link us in the topics list or somewhere?
hell no.
Okay.
I'm just going by memory of an email I got.
Well, last thing
Alright.
we saw was something about Takedown Red Saber,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takedown.
which was a Sorellen Studio, Sorellen LLC. We had them on we talked to them once on our show.
Yep.
But I'm trying to find out what we're talking about. That's so new. I'm trying to look for something in the news here.
Thought it was Steam Workshop.
There's
Oh,
Matt.
this was that ridiculously hard game, wasn't it?
It was the one where if you the enemy AI definitely had insane accuracy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. If you go on your tools, take down Red Saber level editor.
I was trying to see what that means though, because I suspect it's just drag and drop.
It's a Valve game. Well,
No, it isn't.
Source Engines, so you got mapping.
No, it isn't. It's Unreal Engine.
Unreal.
Is it
2.5,
UT? I
believe.
thought it was on
No, it's
or
UT.
Unreal? No, sorry. I shouldn't have said UT because now you said UT.
Yeah, because I copied you and said the same thing. UT,
Well, even
Unreal
then, if you
Tournament, it's
can
the
make your
same
own-
thing.
If you can
It is.
make your own maps, then you can make your own maps.
I can't find like a description of what it actually is though.
Oh, I can't find anything out there. Okay.
I hope it's
Chat
like a
that says
full
UDK.
UDK, yeah, where you can just map out your entire levels. That would be pretty cool.
All right, jumping
See,
over to
that's not
another.
bad. So there you go. Look at me injecting topics.
Yeah, that's fine.
This guy.
Why not? We skip them. Why not?
Yeah, if we're gonna skip all over the place, I'll just I can throw anything in here.
All right. Well, some of the developers that left Irrational Games, they've come across and put together a first-person time travel game. Maybe they'll get sued later for doing it on company time. Or
The black glove. It's OJ's other glove is what they're basing this on.
I don't have a video or anything. All I have is this reveal that they're making some sort of game.
That image.
That's it? Well, why would you even put this in the news?
Because it's a new developer sort of a new group of people putting out some stuff, and plus, it comes right along with the idea of somebody who's actually making a physical black glove that, if you get a loan from the bank against your house, you can now afford to run with the Oculus on all your other pieces of equipment that you had to purchase with it.
It's a segue to the next topic, because that topic existed only to segue to the next topic. That is forcing things. I see what you did there. I see what you did there, and I give that a 6 out of 10.
Right. Well, here's a demo of the guy that you'll see in a moment playing a demo of him as Iron Man using the gloves.
No, really?
But this is so much better than if you take a look at the video that they have on Kickstarter. Because Kickstarter goes on and on, blah, 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 blah. They go on forever, talking and talking, and then finally they get into this world.
Don't miss out on this unique opportunity to be one of the first people to try Control VR. To the right of the screen,
Nope,
you will
they're
see
still
the different
blah, blah, blah. Oh, here he is actually doing the, There. Now they're trying to play beer pong.
So I take the ball and then I put it in my hand. See it's in his hand.
And then
Is that a rat that just walked through the screen there?
that was a small dog. No. And now they spend the rest of the time doing hand and finger gestures in the game. Well, in their environment.
So you can flip people off.
That's it. That's all you can do.
That's essentially what it's going to turn into. It's not going to be teabagging anymore. It's going to be like,
Yep. See?
But like
Here
playing beer pong doesn't require like a
Nope.
large. You just need a table and so, like it's not It's not like playing tennis or something where you may not have access to a tennis court.
They're poking each other.
People's hands.
They're poking each other in the face with their hands in the game, so that obscures your vision, and so you're just really griefing.
What are you doing?
This is
Go ahead. Just don't move your head, okay?
Flippy Bird Simulator. Flip people off.
That's all it's good for.
So,
There you
this is
go.
the rest of the video.
So these you can get for, what is it, $350. Let's call up a calculator. Yes. All right. Let's get a total going right down in here. All right, we have a $350. Plus, I think you can get a developer kit of the Oculus for $350, right? Required. So now you're up at $700.
plus you got to spend $10 on a roll of duct tape.
Okay. What else do you need? If you don't want to be running into everyone in the room, you're going to need one of those Omni Virtuix running in place things, right? What does that cost?
That was $900 or something like that.
Something like that. Okay. But with that, you also need the Kinect, or does that come with the Kinect?
No,
you need a Kinect so that you can.
That was just the dish. I think you need 2 Kinects, didn't you? So you could triangulate your position.
Maybe.
Yeah, wasn't
and the
there
new.
one underneath and one to the side?
Okay, so the Kinects are now $200 a piece, so that's $400.
So what are we up to?
$2,000.
God, that's totally worth it.
Totally worth it. That doesn't come with a computer, by the way.
And that'll just sit there in the corner collecting dust, right beside your tread climber. That's got all your clothes hanging on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
You're supposed to carry it with your own body. You don't know how to do it. Wait, this is how you watch. This is how you do it. You ready?
That's
Now
what's
there are.
going to be.
Goodness.
John,
In the video,
that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a boxing match, and
yes,
you're going to have 2 people in the same room boxing, and one of them is going to get clubbed.
Mm-hmm.
You know one of them is going to get clubbed.
Yeah. Oh, we're also going to have broken toes because someone's going to have to eventually kick, and they're going to kick a desk or something.
Oh, God.
No, because you'll have the virtual boots. Once these gloves catch on, you're going to have virtual boots.
With actually articulated toes.
And then what'll happen is they'll take all of this virtualism, and they're going to make a robot that you can control by, and you can dance the robot and get the robot to dance the robot.
By the time you've got all this set up to play anything, you might as well have just gone outside.
Yeah. Are you that afraid of outside?
And that's essentially what this is turning into.
Mm-hmm.
For people who fear the outside.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
look at
Welchie.
look at what they're doing in the video, and ask yourself, could they not have done this simply by taking off all the equipment and just doing it?
Well, yeah.
I'm a big advocate of playing beer pong.
Okay, so let's do a cost comparison here. Ping pong ball. Ping pong ball is $1. A high-end ping pong ball is maybe $2. So we got $2. Beer pong, you need 12 red cups.
Well, what's a whole bag of red cups?
Yeah, but you only need 12, so you can cost divide that down. Because I think a bag of 20 red cups is about $2 at your local Loblaws or whatever. So it's maybe
Is
You
it
gotta have
24?
spare cups,
20
mate.
cents a
You gotta have
cup.
spare cups.
Huh?
You gotta have spare cups. Some people fall over when they're drunk.
Oh.
Okay, so we'll go with the whole bag. So you got $2.50 for the red cups. Let's buy a keg of beer.
Oh, what is that? $40 here in the States?
Well,
Depends
I'm
on what
talking
brand.
Real beer, not American beer. So we're gonna go.
80.
We're gonna go on the high end. We're gonna go $200 for a full keg of beer.
Oh, what are you kidding me? Oh, I'm thinking of a half keg,
No, I'm thinking a keg of beer.
a whole keg.
So
Okay,
we've got a
that's
keg of
pretty
beer
high end.
For $200.
Should be more like
We've got
160, but all right.
$2.50 for the red cups and $2 for the high end ping pong ball.
What about the table?
Let's buy a solid oak table. Buy a solid oak table at $300.
Now, see,
So-
I would go for buy a proper ping pong table, and then you can
For
play
less
ping
than
pong
that.
after the beer pong.
Nah.
A proper ping pong table's less than 300,
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah, so we'll downgrade that then. I was just going on the high side to make sure we were covered and giving this a fair cost comparison. So we're
Ping pong table
beer pong
is
for one person to
$149.
play beer pong. So you're playing solitaire beer pong,
Which is the
with
most
a
depressing
$2,000
thing ever.
Yeah, you might as well just.
Says Welsh who's done it.
No, I haven't actually. No, I refuse to play beer pong on principle. I'm not bloody American.
But here we go. It costs you $400 to get totally drunk, not virtually drunk, for $2,000 by yourself.
And you don't have to wait for the Kickstarter to actually not make it and not send it to you.
It's just further evidence that people have no idea what to do.
Did we talk about creating our own Kickstarter for Ball in a Cup?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
yes.
talked about it.
We should really do that.
It's like kind of time. Maybe we can make it wireless too.
What we got to do is we got to make it so that it's a peripheral for the Oculus and this glove. Have a sensor on the ball and a sensor in the cup, and you can virtually play Ball in a Cup with the controller.
But it's got to be Xbox One controller compatible though, because you know I'm not gonna buy it if it doesn't.
That's going to take some money. We're going to have to really raise up those those funds.
$1 million.
For Microsoft
Reminds
licensing.
you of the Austin Powers. 1 million cajillion for $1 billion.
So you can get these gloves and the Oculus and whatever, or you can just get to Kinect and still kind of do the same thing.
Or you could just buy some ridiculously cheap those party cups and some ping pong balls, and you know actually interact with real people.
We did that while you were out there hitting on your landlady. We were.
Okay.
we discussed the potential for that.
Yep.
But that Ball in a Cup, we could make our own. Like, I got the jingle already. It's a ball in a cup, and we could just market it on that.
It's amazingly the same jingle as I'm a crane maker song, whatever that was. Draft a crane.
No, that was for Spider-Man.
Draft a crane.
That's the beauty of the jingle.
Crane.
That's the beauty of it. It gets in your head, man. It gets in your head.
All right, Kinect, as we kind of brought up there, is now available for Windows. Yes, for your. Maybe it'll work with Windows 8. I don't know. Probably does work with Windows 7 though. For $199, $200.
Kinect,
this is
so you don't even have to touch your touch screen.
This is. It's very important to note the next two topics, because the next one says. Microsoft says, yeah, you know, well, turning off the Kinect really does make your Xbox One run better. And what's the next one? You can, no, that's not the next one. There was another one in there that I can't remember now. All right, I lost it. All right, so. Fucked up. Oh, well, that they're not, well, it's actually not in this list. It's from last week, that they're no longer selling the Kinect with the Xbox One, so nobody really cares.
Well, no. It's an option. You still can't turn on your Xbox One without the Kinect, but you don't have to buy the Xbox One with the Kinect.
What?
It's a marketing gimmick.
So I'll buy the Xbox One without a Kinect, but I can't turn it on?
Correct. You can't turn it on without the Kinect. But what they're doing is
you have to turn it on.
Price drop, and you're buying a peripheral.
No.
Must have Kinect to operate.
Well, you may have an Xbox 360 with a Kinect. Why would you want another one for the Xbox One?
It
like
doesn't,
a spare.
It doesn't use the same connections.
Yeah, it does. You can reconnect your Kinect.
You can't.
That would make far too much sense. I'm with Ham on this one.
What are they going to do with all those old Kinects that they have for Xbox 360s?
Chuck them away.
They're bury them in a landfill.
They're going to bury them in a landfill.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know what they're thinking. But well, one of the things that's important with the Kinect when it comes to the Xbox One is the Kinect is not just a camera for depth sensing and picking up motions and spying. It's also part of the microphone. It's the translator. It translates whatever you're speaking for the Xbox, so it alleviates from that. So if you want to talk,
8 uninstall.
You can't just hook up a microphone. You have to use the Kinect. Yeah.
That tool needs to exist.
All right.
You've gone ahead again. Well, I'm done with
He started
topics, man.
talking and saying like it was going to be the next topic, and then he went and said and reiterated something that he'd already said. So
Right, you're off the topics. Well, she you back
Yes.
on the topics.
No, I deny that responsibility.
Now we're talking about how the controller, the Xbox One controller, can officially work with a Windows PC, but I don't know what version of Windows.
What's the difference between using the Xbox One and the normal controller that I have here?
You could not use the Xbox 360 controller on Windows unless it was the Windows version of the Xbox 360 controller. So right now they're saying rather than having two different versions of the controller out there, they just got one. So
Well,
essentially the
Didn't you just need the
Xbox One-
connector bit, and then
Huh?
you can make it work?
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
I can use two,
Right,
two
you-
plug it in, yeah.
controllers.
Yeah,
You just need the connector bit, which I have up here, sat on top. No, you can't see it, but it's there.
Yeah, that was $20.
yike. Yard it out of there.
And also, you'd have to imagine that anybody that wants to use a controller for the PC, like, I already have one right here, so I'm not going to go and buy another one.
I am interested in this to see how it works as compared to the existing one.
I'm not. It's just a controller.
I mean, if it works
The
well.
only times I use the controller is for driving games, or if I'm driving in a game that possibly isn't a driving game, or for Mortal Kombat.
I don't
The only
own an
times I use
Xbox
it.
One, so why do I care about its controller?
Because it works on the PC.
Good
That's
God,
exactly my point, though. It's like if you don't even own an Xbox, so you're not going to need the Xbox One controller for that. And then if you are a PC gamer that does like to have a controller, you already have one.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, you've already got the 360.
You already got, which works perfectly fine.
I've
Or
never
Logitech's,
thought that
yeah.
I needed more buttons or anything like that on that. Because if I need an extra button, I put it on my keyboard.
Yeah.
Or I put it on my mouse, so I put
Yeah.
it somewhere else.
That's something that every PC gamer has said. Really, I really wish there was more buttons.
Only people who play Arma.
Only when you're playing Arma.
No, you just plug in another keyboard. It's simple.
I gotta say, as unreasonable as it might sound, and I acknowledge it is unreasonable, I'd still want to check out the controller to see how it compares to the existing Xbox 360 controller.
He's got money to burn. Look at him.
I'm not saying I will buy it. I'm just saying I want to check it out.
The new controllers.
You're gonna, if anybody is suddenly missing their Xbox One controller, and suddenly has a review on an Xbox One controller, you probably know where to look.
Yeah, I should probably look towards Welshie because
Yeah.
Is it really that different?
I sealed
from
them
the
all.
old Xbox One. How has it taken this long to get it to work?
I don't know if
I don't
it's
know.
different. I just want to try it, see if it is.
It's too
This is
soon.
garbage.
Is the Xbox One controller wireless? It is, isn't it?
Mine
It
is. Yeah.
Your Xbox One controller?
One.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, it works on Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Like essentially what this is you have a Bluetooth connection that's running on the same architecture that your PC would. Whereas with the Xbox One, the Xbox 360 controller, it had two different architectures that it was available on. It wasn't unified. That's essentially all they've done is they've unified the way that the architecture works for it to operate. Blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's a fucking controller. Go outside and play.
Well, I'd probably
really-
rather use that than the
Hold
one
off
that
and get the
Steam is building.
controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I want that one from Steam though. That looks too
I'm more
awkward.
interested in that one than this one.
I'm
And the controller's not
try.
going to come with every Steam machine. Is it? It can't. It's probably going to be a separate purchase.
Well, that saves you right for buying a Steam machine in the first place.
Well, you're not going to get a Steam machine for another 2 years anyways. We talked about that.
And that's Steam's or Valve's decision, not necessarily like ASUS has two Steam machines in the making here, and one of them's really small. Basically, they took a laptop, stood it on end, and Sell it to you at a premium.
What they're going to do is all these different manufacturers are going to actually finish all their Steam machines, and they're going to work great, and then Valve's going to be like, no, we need another 2 years or so. And then 2 years down the line, the machines are going to be shite, and they're going to be like, start again.
Aren't we correct in understanding that the Steam machines are going to run some sort of Linux, right?
Yeah, like
That's the thought.
So why is that monitor on the back showing Windows 8?
That's what I'm getting at.
I know exactly how to sell Steam machines right now. You get a sticker that says Steam machine, and you sell those, and people can slap them all on their PCs.
Yes.
That's how you sell Steam.
Here's my problem: is if it's Linux based, if it comes out, within the next 6 months or so, you're gonna have absolutely nothing to play.
It's the Steam
That's why
OS
they need
that's
2
Linux
years,
based.
surely.
The Steam games are still going to be based on whatever they're based on, whether it's Windows or Linux or Mac OS.
No, but you can't just play a Windows game on a Linux-based operating system.
No, that's the thing right now is they're trying to figure out how much of their catalog they can convert over to a Linux-based.
Well, that's what I mean. So, like, if it comes out in the next 6 months, so there's going to be next to nothing to play because nothing's been converted.
Half-Life has.
Oh yeah.
Oh joy.
Awesome! I can relive the days where I thought, "Hey, episode 3 will be coming out soon."
Yeah, and essentially, you're right, Foil. There's nothing saying you can't run a Windows emulator on a Linux machine.
They might try and develop one, which is maybe why it's taking longer. It won't be that good, but it'll work.
How do you develop a Windows emulator that's not as chunky and heavy on the resources as Windows?
You don't.
That's the secret.
I mean, that's what they're trying to do.
I don't know. Well, you've Unreal Engine and CryEngine now both support Linux, and those are two big pieces of middleware. So, it's why in Unity. So.
But the thing is, game developers aren't even supporting PC that much. Are they really going to make the effort to support PC and Linux?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Well, I don't know. It depends. Like Ham pointed out, it's a matter of publishing depending on the engine that you're using.
And like, I'd happily have a Linux-based machine over Windows for gaming if I said this before. If they put out the same. Same day releases. Something comes out on PC and it comes out on Windows and Linux at the same day. Like,
I still don't know if it makes sense. To me, I don't know if it makes sense.
Everything's getting so fragmented because you got people that are only developing for PlayStation. You got people that are only developing for Microsoft Xbox, and then you've got all those games that are trying to maybe be ported over to Windows PC, and now you got to try and port it over. There's so many developers working on fragmented areas that you're going to end up with so many different qualities of games. I don't see this ending well. How is streaming awesome?
Because it's platform independent.
Yep. All you need is a browser.
Well, that's great for me.
And
my
fucking
download rates and my upload rates.
And some pretty decent internet. And nobody else in your country playing that game, so the bandwidth doesn't take a spike. I'm sorry. If I'm going to pay real world money, I want real world assets, not virtual time rental. You might as well just start plugging quarters into your TV.
They are doing that, aren't they? Isn't that what microtransactions are?
Basically,
I don't buy shit.
That's actually a very good point. That's like the modern equivalent of those TVs where you put the quarters in every like 30 minutes.
That's Hollywood vibrating bed.
That's all.
All right.
All right. Steam also updated their facts regarding their early access, Steam Early Access. It now reads, "You should be aware that some teams will be unable to finish their game, so you should only buy an early access game if you are excited about playing it in its current state."
It shouldn't be on Steam.
No, that's clearly a please don't sue us over Greenlight games.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily. It's because they've had to refund a whole bunch of money for games that were released early access and people were expecting finished products.
Why isn't that the same thing?
This all boils down to the problem with allowing all this shite to come out and publishing this shite as it develops. I'm all a fan about being able to play a game as it develops and watch it progress and have input and feedback. And I mean, that's essentially they're instead of asking for crowdfunding, they're getting you to buy the fucking game before it's ready, and then essentially use you as a beta tester or an alpha tester and provide them feedback, so you get a little more input on potential input on the game and where it goes. Take for instance a game that's on early access right now that I got a review copy of. It's called The Golf Club. It's not a game for everybody, but it's a golf game, and it's on the Unity engine, and it's actually quite nice. I like what they've done.
You were surprised by how good it looked, being on the Unity engine?
I am a little bit surprised by how good it looks, and it's fun to play. It's definitely, I don't know if it's something that would play, well with 2 people or 3 people or 4 people. Like if you get a foursome playing, whether or not I don't know how that would work yet, because Ham still hasn't installed his copy to get together.
It's installed now. Just haven't played it.
I like how you blame Ham for that. Well, I wouldn't know how it works because somebody hasn't done it.
But it states it's early access, and it's almost kind of humor in the way that they run it, because the commentary is like that is the developers saying, oh, you got about this far to the pin, whatever. But they also interject in there like, you must be really excited about this game, and we're really appreciative that you're in here, you're playing the early access. And that's the commentator, like after you take this shot and you're heading to your ball, that's the type of thing that pops up. It's interesting that you see that in an early access game that's out there. It's saying early access, and it is the unfinished product. But I don't agree with charging people full price for an unfinished product just to give them early access, because that's essentially beta, and then turning around and that's my point. Episodic early access. It's crap.
And what makes that even worse is when that early access has an in-game store.
Right.
That royally pisses me off.
I think what bothers me the most about it is these AAA in air quotes, games doing the early access or the betas. I'm sick of betas. I'm sick of, hey, pay for a demo.
Yeah.
I'm really annoyed by that, and they use it to, it's a marketing ploy. They use it to sell games and then I get to play like 3 months early and then help develop the game, and I can go to the forum and say what's wrong, and then they'll just ignore me and not fix anything.
Or they'll fix it, and then when the game actually releases, it'll go right back to how it was.
Yeah, and then I agree with Strider, like, you should not, if it is early access and that's what you're doing, you shouldn't be charging $60 for your game.
Yeah. It's
no way.
It's this weird thing where it's they have all the money now. They don't have to work as fast on finishing the game. Potentially they could move to a different project because they have all the money now. You paid for it. In its current state, you got what you paid for, with a promise of a finished game later on. They don't necessarily have to finish it. Like Steam states, some games will not see a completion, but you paid for it. They have your money.
Back as well in the UK again. It's you can demand a refund because it's the Trade Description Act. You're not getting what you paid for. And if you paid for a finished game and it doesn't get finished, that has to be refunded.
Well, at least there's that then.
Which is why I imagine the reason they put that wording on there is like.
Has anyone actually bought a early access game?
No.
I got Interstellar Marines through a bundle.
I've got Daisy. That's the only one. Just looking down the list here now to try and see if I've got. No, that is it.
Well, all right. Next one I thought was pretty interesting for, I thought Ham would really dig this idea here. The idea is bringing boxes back to games. Indie games.
Empty box.
I don't know.
I like
No.
boxes.
It's not necessarily an empty box. What they're doing is they want, it's a little risky, but what it is you subscribe to this indie box thing. And what they do is they pick once a month, I think they pick a game, an indie game, and they build a special box for it. They put stuff inside of the box, and then they ship it to you. So you get a surprise game every month, an indie game, in a
I like
box.
the idea.
That's pretty cool.
I can dig it. Now I want my game there.
Yeah, but have you seen the, like, already? Look at the, what is it? The 1, 2, 3, fourth image down. Fifth image down, sorry, on that article. There's a US, like a flash drive there where it's like a card kind of thing, and you flip it out like this.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Yeah, let's see if I can get that out here for the other people.
Yeah, I
to
can
see.
see it.
So look at that, and then look at the comment, third comment down. That guy,
Really?
that will not fit in his tower because the way, it's got this card thing on the top of it. So already, that's a very poor design decision. Because that will fit, yeah, that'll go great on my laptop. Actually, it wouldn't go great on my laptop because you can't see this, but my laptop is here. I have it hooked up to a monitor here. The USB ports are on the parallel with the edge of the desk. I don't have USB ports on this side, which has desk space here in between my monitor. So plugging that in is just, it's just gonna hang there. I guess my point is, hey, we'll get you an indie game and design a box thing, and already you see things like this.
Yeah.
I wonder if that does slide all the way out there.
It doesn't look like it. Well, that's what that guy's asking. Like, does this separate from the?
Somebody says it rotates around the hinge, but I guess you could snap it off. There's nothing on the card. All the data's on the stick.
That USB one does seem kind of weird.
I think it's a novel idea, but I'm not going to subscribe to something not knowing what I'm getting in the mail.
Yeah.
I could get a bunch of Bejeweled games for the next 6 months.
If it was my indie game that I'm developing, do I have input on what's in the box, or on the box, or are they just going to go ahead and make it?
Some, maybe not what's in it, but definitely what's on.
This
Yes,
is
you do.
very close to those loot crates, isn't it? That you can get.
A real life was great.
Well, you can. You can subscribe to this loot crate thing, and you get T-shirts and stickers and all sorts of things.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, my concern with this would be, like, if I was developing an indie game and somebody else is designing my stuff, if they fuck it up, that's my game ruined.
You only have to worry about the 10 people who are actually getting it.
Well, true. Like the one guy that bought yeah.
The thing is, I do like boxed games. I used to like all the booklets you get in them, but you don't get that anymore.
Yeah, you don't even get the booklet anymore. You get a PDF that you have to print yourself. If you want.
Yeah, you get the quick
Spend
start
your own
guide
ink,
and
bastards.
But
I used to like that, the books and the maps and.
Yeah, I do like what GTA used to was quite cool. Is you got like the map, the game map, and and on the back of it was a poster that you could put up and.
I could see
Show
some sort
your
of limited
geekiness.
edition box versions for some games, since digital seems to be the default option for most PC gamers now. Here's a limited edition. We only made 500 of these boxes. You can order them. They come with an actual manual, some extra artwork, a map, stuff like that, and that's maybe worth some extra money and the cost for shipping and handling. Because remember when the whole promise of digital games were supposed to be, we don't have to give you anything physical now. Now the prices are going to drop. They never dropped.
So
They never
they
have.
just
they went up. Yeah. And we're not talking about, just for the record, we're not talking about, hey, pre-order for $75,000 and you get like a box with a cat helmet in it and a water canteen that you're not allowed to drink out of.
I didn't get that
I
sick
actually
from
find
it.
that I pick up all my cheap games boxed copy. I don't know why. They just always seem to be the ones that are like in the bargain bins.
Well, it's the thing as well. It
They're
looks
20
cool
years
and-
old, B.
Yeah.
I managed to pick up Battlefield 4 and the new Call of Duty both for like £6. hard copy, as opposed to the 40 quid that they are on Steam and.
I haven't
just
been.
Looks cool on your shelf, right? You get to have stuff on your shelves, and
I just boxed all that up and put it in the attic like a month or so ago, and I haven't been to a game store for a box copy of anything in years. So
I think I've been since I moved over here, which was over 2 years ago. I think I've been in a GameStop once, and I didn't buy anything.
You walked in, smelled it, and left.
Yeah, and it was just like, oh look, GameStop. Let's go see how horrible it actually is.
And for the next 3 weeks, he had something to rant about.
Yeah, I take a shower every 5 minutes. Gotta get the stink off.
All right, how about some speed round stuff? Get through some of these topics before I have to fly off to LA. Actually, that's not coming up right now. All right, let's see. We have a look at the giant PC desk coming from.
Somebody.
Who's this coming from?
Here's the picture. Next topic.
I forgot who this is coming from now. Leon Lee. Right? They're making this giant desk that is a PC in itself. So you could put, I don't know, 60 hard drives over here and all your 4 Titan, Titan GeForce cards. Yeah, take that to land.
Have you noticed that if you look at it, it's like a big box essentially, like the case, and then the case has a see-through top. But then there's like a little, I don't know what you want to call that, like an end table or something that they've got the keyboard and mouse on. Like, how is that a table then? Or how is that desk? Sorry, then if you have to have like a little front bit.
I don't know. Is that
attached?
Well, it looks like it's attached, but like that's
still
like a shelf. Yeah, it's like so you can't. Or what? So you're not going to put my keyboard and mouse and everything on top of the glass?
No.
Because everybody's
get all
doing,
smudged.
Like you go out to I don't know, like IKEA and buy a desk and then take it apart. Or well, you have to build it, I suppose.
And besides that, the shelf is a giant mousing surface, where the glass isn't.
Well, yeah, but then so why do I need the big giant piece behind?
Remind you, this is speed round.
Okay. Speed round.
Ding. Oh, we
Ding.
have like 2 minutes.
I like the idea. I like if you can sort of pull out the desk or pull out the underneath part and kind of swap out parts really quick and then push it back, almost like a drawer. That's cool. I like that. I'm sure
My
it
point
costs
is,
an insane amount.
you can build your own one. People do it. Just do that. It'll be cheaper.
That's what I'm thinking in my head right now. It's like, yeah, this would be great to have to build one yourself. Not to pay
IKEA.
price.
Okay.
Yes.
Design Club. It happens to be some sort of channel on YouTube that I ran across this week that I didn't know existed, and it was okay. I started to enjoy what I was watching, which was a level analysis.
Design Club?
You don't talk about that.
I am not a member.
Rule number 1.
I'm out of the club already. This guy in his chipmunk voice goes on to talk about the level decisions that went into Mario Brothers level 1-1. But after I finished watching it, I began to realize, well, can't you do this with any game? Not analyze it, but analyze it the way you want the outcome to be. Well, they put this here because of this. I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. It just worked out that way. Who knows?
Given the tight limits,
but it is a good analysis if you are trying to develop a game, especially this type of game, but maybe other types of games. Just things to think about, like, well, how do you teach the player to play without actually writing a tutorial?
I recognize the guy's voice. I forgot the name of the series that this guy makes, but he often makes these pretty insightful critiques.
This is what you should be doing if you're doing game design at like university.
Where they'll be going for the entirety of the game.
Yeah.
Not building. I'm building my game and it's yeah.
Mario spends most of his time in the center.
No, you're right. Everyone should have to make a Mario clone without Mario as a reference.
Well, not so much that. Just
that's a good idea, though.
You should be sitting down and analyzing how games are designed, and not sitting there making like 600 models and trying to reinvent Mario.
So, along Mario's wayward journey to the right, the first thing we see
Excellent.
is a question mark,
You're absolutely
bright and
right.
flashing, so we can't miss
Okay.
it. It invites exploration.
Moving on to the next one, we have the next. Is that right? Yeah, the next Batman game on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 is now delayed a year.
Yeah,
so
The only thing I have to say about this is I suspect that they were never going to make that this year, like October or November when it was release date. They just put it out to get the pre-orders. I have a rant about it. But this is the speed round.
All right, Defiance, the one that's based on the Sci-Fi Channel series, which sucks, or is it the other way around? Is now free to play.
I thought it was always free to play.
No,
That's what I thought.
That cost you money. Cost me money.
Did
too.
it?
Yeah.
Wow, I just blotted that out.
Well, I watched
It
a
was
video
that
of playing it. And it was not a good game.
I blacked it out my memory.
I think the TV series was based off of this, and it's just a horrible, horrible series. I couldn't
I
stand
thought the
it.
series was okay. Thought it was okay. It wasn't.
You and I
anything
do
great.
not agree on that.
It was nothing. It was nothing grand. It was okay. Had there not been a game tie-in, I probably. Well, I don't know. I say that, but then I've got a coworker who actually never played the game and was like, "Oh, it's coming back for season 2." And I'm just like, really? You know about this? As an MMO, Defiance was something fresh in the sense that it's a third-person shooter, but it got pretty stale because it was the same thing over and over again without too much variation. So, we'll see what
over and
happens.
over again, without much variation. Dead Rising 3's confirmed.
Confirmed for PC, the Xbox exclusive, Xbox One
64-bit
exclusive.
even. Yeah. All right.
Aren't they like, surely there's no more zombie malls left? Like,
It's a zombie world now.
We are all zombies.
We were the zombies all along.
All right, next one. I don't know if we should actually talk about it at all, because we never talked about the first one, did we?
Which
This is too much of a topic.
It is too much of a topic.
yeah, that's a whole hour discussion.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, people. Sorry to entice you on that, but that's just a thing that goes on and makes your eyes roll back in your head. Then finally, this guy who goes on and shreds out some tunes of music past, of games past.
Of things.
things that have come to pass.
And apparently he does this a lot. Plays nonsense stuff like this. All right. Basically, he's playing the theme songs for various games. Space Invaders. All right, well, this goes on for 17 minutes, so we don't need to sit and enjoy the whole thing, but that's quite a history of games. I mean, who would have thought? Dig Dug.
Oh, okay.
Is that coming up?
Yeah, I'm into it.
I don't know if Foe's on. Tetris.
The only thing deserving of a medal remake.
Well, it's very Russian and it works.
You know what's sad is probably there's quite a lot of people that watch this video. This guy playing the songs and have no idea when. Because they've been around. Where's the quality of these things are?
Yeah, I know. This one he plays so fast. Mario. Zelda. It's funny how some of them are instantly recognizable even if they're not played from their original form.
Yeah. That's when just in the game.
It's because playing Zelda, you heard that for 400 hours.
It's enough to make any tunes for me.
some you didn't realize had music, like Punch Out. There was music playing.
I remember that. Yeah. I just noticed the ref in Punch Out looks like Mario.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Almost need to close over this.
Yeah, okay, I will. I want to thank our hosts for taking the time out to chat today. Welshie, thank you for joining us.
No problem.
Strider, thanks for joining us today.
It's always an adventure.
Ham, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And Breezy, thanks for joining us today.
No problem.
I am off to E3 over in LA, and hopefully I will come back in a living form where I can be on the show and discuss the disappointments at our E3. I hope it's not all disappointing, really.
Oh, you know it is. Just accept your fate.
I don't know. Maybe I'll get surprised and find something that's so like, wow, can't wait to.
No, you won't. Or if you do, we'll
And
turn
even
out
then,
like
it'll be
months.
disappointing when it finally does.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Foil said to buy this. I better get it.
No, we're not playing that ever again.
All right, so I guess on that, I am going to play some actual closer here and let you all know that. Here we go. We'll be back next week. So, in the meantime, everyone, go out there, play some games, or shred some metal, and we'll see you. Have fun. Maybe I'll see you in LA.
Thanks for watching this week, and come back next week when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@modsonair.com, and please consider subscribing to modsonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners.
All right, now playing off of a certain internet mime that's going around, there is an actual commercial based on Mario as well, which is a bit ridiculous, but if you want to buy this French car or whatever it is, I don't know, Hyundai maybe? Mercedes.
GLA.
And then it gets even weirder. An angry French Mario.
That's a Mercedes, by the way.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody.
That's terrifying.
There.
All right, everyone. Take care. Have fun. Bye.